Had a couple different comments on people wondering exactly how the wood grows back up, whether we go back and seed it and plant it, or does it come back up on its own. This comes all back up on its own. Like I said, we cut this job 6 years ago. I was running skidder back then, and it was actually a pretty, I think it might have been an 80, I'm not sure. But there's a ditch runs way in the middle of it, and there was a big buck running around in here. It was the same time year we're in here right now. And there was a big buck running around back in there. I've seen him, I think, twice. He was a nice one. But this is what it looks like 6 years later. You can see all the popple regrowth. You could see back in there a long ways when we were in here, and now you really can't. That popple in there, and there's some birch shoots right there. That stuff's 20 foot tall back in there. So just kind of an idea what it looks like. I've had more than one person ask, what does it look like and how does it grow back up? So that's what it looks like. Here's a good little picture up here of some of the popple. There might be taller than 20 feet. But this is 6 years worth of regrowth. This was pretty much clear cut all along this road. You can see the two big pines. And there was a few left out in there. It was kind of marshy, but along this edge of this road was all high ground. So there was a popple vein that ran through there. But that's all popple regrowth back up in there. So kind of see what it looks like 6 years later. You can't see in there that far. But it looks really good. The regrowth looks really good. So hopefully that answers some questions. You can look all the way down as far as you can see, because we cut right along this road too. We cut all the way out to the road. I remember that. And there's some stumps. But that's what it looks like. And actually, Adam might have cut the top off from this tree too. Off from that maple. Zip the top off it. They wanted her all whacked, so we cut everything. But that's what it looks like 6 years later. That stuff right in front of me, that's taller than 20 foot tall. Them popples are, just after 6 years. And it looks really thick. The regrowth looks really, really good. And now I'll take you down the road. Look at there. Coyote tracks. Coyote running down the road. But I'll take you down the road and show you that job that we're currently on, that we're cutting right now. Kind of give you an idea what it looks like when we cut it, and this is what it looks like 6 years later. And man, is it thick in there. Thick, and the regrowth is coming up really good, and it looks really, really nice. So hopefully that answers some questions on how exactly it comes back up. So for all you big deer hunters out there, let me tell you what, clearing off sections of your property, never a bad idea for the deer herd. Here's a nice deer run right here, and there's still bucks in here. They got her all tore up. There's a buck. I'll walk in here real quick. There's still bucks in here. He's got her all tore up. But look at that deer trail. He's got another rub there. So there's deer in here. That's for sure. They like this thick regrowth. They come in here, and that's the whole idea. They feel sheltered once they're in there, protected. And let me tell you, they can disappear in there quick, that's for sure. That's for sure. But them deer love that regrowth. So turned out really good. So this is the current job we're on, and we got it probably 90% done. And this is a little skid trail here, but I knew it'd turn out real nice, and it just turned out really nice the way this got cut. Everybody's always wondering why we cut the way we do, or why don't we let trees mature when we cut them. A bunch of different questions I get like that. And this job, all the clump maple got cut, and that's why you have these higher stumps. Like there's a high one there, higher stump right there. What those are is you got 3 or 4 trees growing off from that maple trees, and we take them out of there. So they are mature trees, but this is just kind of a walkthrough, just this little section of what it looks like when we're all done with this section back here, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Still got a good stand of small maples in there, and then there's some bigger oaks you can see standing out there. And then we didn't touch none of the pines, so that's why you have all your white pines still standing. Your oaks, we didn't touch none of the oaks, and your smaller maples. And they cut the poplar out of here 6 to 8 years ago or something. They come in and cut all the poplar out of here. But that's what it looks like. We try to keep it as cleaned up as we can, and we try to make everybody happy. We're kind of proud of a job like this where it looks really nice and pretty back in here. And what's nice is you can walk through this whole thing, and there ain't no problem walking around back here. He's going to have good regrowth. So Adam did a good job cutting it, and they skidded it really well. So it looks really, really nice back in here. So keep everybody happy. But that's what we try to do back here. We try to keep everything really nice. Paul's got a stump over here, I see. What it was they were pulling a couple bundles around that smaller white pine, and if he's got to turn anything off from that tree, he'll either put bark or a stump there, so when the trees hit it and go this way, it doesn't kill that little white pine. So try to leave every tree that we can. But that's kind of what it looks like back here. It actually looks really, really clean. I knew it'd look good when every job's different when you show up. Every cut's different. There's hardly 2 that are alike. But this here turned out really good, and should keep everybody really, really happy. So that's kind of what it looks like when we're done with it. After we cut it, this job looks like this, and as you can see here, Paulie's stump, saving the old white pine, a little white pine there. But he does little stuff like that, try to keep everybody happy. But man, this job looks really nice. Looks really pretty. So, nice and clean. Everything's cleaned up. Nothing's tore up. All the trees left standing. There's no giant rub marks on them or anything. It's opened up just big enough to get the trees out without knocking a bunch of bark off. So, got a deer blind over there, and he marked some trees he wanted left. So that's cool. Got a little hunting shack there. Another couple weeks, rifle season will open up. We'll shut down. We'll shut down for opening day. But yeah, you can see that again. There's no trees marked up along the skid trails or nothing. It looks all real pretty. And take off toward the chipper. This is just one corner of the job. I don't want like a 15, 20-minute video of me walking through the woods. You might get real bored. But just thought I'd show you what it looks like. This job turned out really well. So there's Josh grabbing a bundle over there. One poplar tree, looks like. So snake that out of there. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. That cut we did over there a few years back, and then this cut. What it looks like when we're done.